Good morning, everyone. It is January 12th, and I am riding on a very cold day, going to breakfast. Temperature right now is 28 degrees. I did check that right before I left. So it's the first BMW breakfast of the year. I've got 114,797 miles on the bike because this is the first ride of the year. So I'm just gonna go out and ride. And this person in front of me is like, man, this guy is nuts. Don't have the heated grips on yet. Come on. I'm also running a little late, so it's like, So I'm gonna be taking the highway. My bike says I'm low on gas. I think that's full of crap. Watch me get stuck on the highway. So yeah, cold weather riding. Let's talk about that because that's kind of important. What do I have to deal with when it's below freezing? Ice, especially like right here over bridges. I've lost traction before. Luckily I didn't put the bike down, but the first time I ever dealt with like my front end slipping out from under me a little was up north. This is back when I was a kid, well, when I was in college, and I got stuck behind a slowpoke today. So yeah, I was headed on I-80. I was getting off at Route 209, PA 209, and is that 33 there? No, that's 209. Yeah, so I got on 209 and it just kind of slipped out under me a little bit going up to the on-ramp, and then where the on-ramp meets the bridge got a little sketchy there. So like that bridge I just passed, anywhere there where there's like a break in pavement or break in whatever, it is it's a spot for danger. Yeah, I got this is a new helmet I'm dealing with, and this thing fogs up like a mother. That's one of the bad things about this one, I'm guessing. I'll get gas when I go to Nazareth. We're gonna head up to Nazareth PA. Nazareth is there's really like there's concrete companies and stuff there, but the claim to fame for me was always the racetrack. I mean, we had a pretty good like B tier racetrack with the Nazareth Speedway, and you know, it was a victim of bigger corporation. It was a victim of competition. They made Mr. Penske, when he owned it, he did a good job keeping up with it. He did a better job than the owner of the Pocono Pocono. Unfortunately, Pocono got their hands involved and said, hey, I really don't like having a track this close. I don't want to lose a date. And yeah, they did something to stop racing there. I mean, there was other stuff. The stands ended up in Watkins Glen in Michigan. But yeah, it's just, we lost a good track. Neat track. You could race anything from modifieds to Indy cars, sprint cars. You're not even going up the highway. Why are you even on this road? So, doing some good testing on the new helmet, the Scorpion AT960. I'm not having any issues with the visor dropping down. I'm not having any issues being cold. With the whole camera thing set up, it's closing pretty good. Very happy with it so far. This is only the second ride. This is actually the second ride of the year, just not on this bike. First ride was with the little bike, and then I did wear this helmet once before to work. on New Year's Eve. Yeah, I'm not really feeling the heated. I am feeling the right side heated grip. I'm not feeling the left. So, don't know what's up with that. Might be the gloves. I think, yeah, no, I can feel it through the glove. It's just winter gloves, heated grips don't work as well. But I'm pretty comfortable right now, cold weather wise. So this helmet here, I guess, has poor ventilation from what I'm hearing. So this is a great winter helmet, and it's a modular too. Much quieter than my built. It's actually quieter than my Bell MX9 too. Now I do wear earplugs, but so I was talking about cold weather. So ice is obviously one of the things you got to watch out for. Another thing you got to watch out for as I'm riding along here is I have to watch out for the brine, for the gravel, for road shit. Sorry. But I do have to watch out for all of that. Again, you're losing traction. You got to keep your air pressures up too. I checked before I left the air pressure on this bike wasn't too bad, but I have a little battery powered Ryobi pump. I don't have anything fancy like a sponsor, and I really don't want, you know, I don't want to be hawking that stuff. So, I mean, we did have a little snow on Sunday night, or not Sunday night, that would have been tonight. No, we had some on Friday night into Saturday, and we had some, you know, something like that. So I gotta work on this more too. I'm not happy with the mount. It's just, it's moving around too much. Now, like right now, I kind of wish I had heated gear. It's only been 15 minutes. I've been on the highway for 15 minutes. And hands are fine. Hands feel great. Feet feel great. It's a chest that is a little chilly right now. Head is fine too. My head is perfectly warm. It's all about the chest and some of the legs, the upper legs, because I got a tractor. You know, I just got too much airflow going right now. So the arms are out. The arms are out on the outside. Top of the chest is a little cold, but nothing to cry home about. I did not put my liners in my jacket because I don't want to look like the kid from A Christmas Story. But hey, here's my question for you. What's the coldest you've ever ridden in? Have you ever gone below freezing? Are you a person that'll ride in the middle of winter like me? Are you a person that'll ride, you know, below freezing? This isn't a normal thing. This is only like, this was a test to see how my navigation was working and how my grips were working. Also, it was a good excuse for the first moto vlog of the year. But I want to know, like, what do you guys think is too cold? What do you guys think is too cold for safety too? Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is not really safe. This is kind of dangerous in what I'm doing here. Just because, you know, I'm dealing with ice, I'm dealing with other stuff. Now the roads are pretty clear. We had our snow event. That was Friday night and Saturday morning. It wasn't bad. It was about 1 inch of snow. Gives us this nice white sheen of the area. So it gives me like something different. It gives you an idea of when I'm riding, but it's not a normal time to ride. I know some dual sport guys will ride trails in the snow. That's awesome. Like, I'm jealous. But arrival time has changed. Yeah, I gotta work on that. I should have done something different. Or I gotta crank down the ball mount. Get your minds out of the gutter, guys. And I am going to meet a friend there. He actually used to run Nazareth Speedway back when it was a dirt track. He did that once or twice. He didn't do it a lot. He was more of a Dorney Park Raceway guy. And Dorney Park did have a racetrack before it went full amusement park. In all honesty, I think the neighborhood was happier with that. But they're still miserable. They don't like the amusement park either. So let's just, you know, could be worse. They could have a warehouse. Just saying. But the thing with Dorney, they had a little 1/5 mile racetrack on property. It started life off as a midget track. Actually started life off as a baseball field, and then they converted that into a midget track. Midgets were popular pre-war. Post-war was the rise of stock car racing, so there were NASCAR sanctioned events at Dorney Park Speedway. They weren't like NASCAR Cup. I'd equate it to your local NASCAR short track championship, maybe like a Busch North style event. I don't know why there's not more motorcycles on here. So anyway, the whole it started off with stock cars. By the time my friend was racing, NASCAR had gone away. The NASCAR thing was like 50 to 59, and then anytime you have certain promoters, people think you're scamming people, and I'm not going to get into the whole NASCAR lawsuit right now, but there's always issues with promoters. There always is and will be issues with promoters. So I think there was a change needed in the early 60s. Early 60s, it just went to a normal promoter. That guy ran it for a while. They ran late models. That's what my friend drove. He drove like a 55 sedan, the Underdog. That's Larry's car. So yeah, Larry was like your Matt Kenseth or your Mark Martin style driver. He'd bide his time, and he would do a better job of points racing than he didn't have the Ricky Bobby if you ain't first, you're last attitude. Now, he was meticulous, so I liked working with him, so I respected him. He was that kind of driver. And so yeah, I liked the way Larry, I like that style. And if you watch me on iRacing, that's how I like to race too. I'm not a go big or go home guy. I think that's one of the reasons why I don't have a lot of wins. Oh look, sunshade got popped. Awesome. That's cool. That's a cool feature. I haven't had one of those in a while with my Bell and my my Built Adventure helmet. So I respect him a lot for that. Yeah, he ran a lot of races. He had to give it up due to family, personal matters, which is a shame because he was good. And he is in the Dorney Park Hall of Fame. There is a Hall of Fame for the Dorney Park Speedway. Yeah, here's a great example of something on the road. I haven't been to the Nazareth Diner since I went to Northampton Community College, and I don't even like to admit I went there because I didn't like that school. If you know me, you know it's 20 years later and I'm still bitter about that place. Luckily, all the people that made it bad are gone. They were gone within 5 years. And it was a staffing thing. They did not have proper staff. They did not have staff that would act appropriately. Let's just say that. So, yep, there's our first gate for Nazareth. That was a Nazareth gate right there. And we are right by the track here. So, a little bit of history with the property. Nazareth Speedway actually did not, happen until the 70s. Nazareth Fairgrounds had a half-mile dirt track, which was next to it. See, there's a great shot of, it's kind of up on the hill too. So anyway, they this giant right here, this is where the actual original track was. Okay, the half-mile dirt track. And then a promoter's was like, oh, I'm gonna build a 1 1/8 mile speedway, dirt track speedway. So they built that. At one time, they both existed. And then the dirt track went out of business. It happens. It's just, you know, you had the fuel crisis and you had some other issues here. So they went out of business, and then a couple months later, or a couple years later, Roger Penske bought the property, and he turned it into a big 1 mile, well, he actually downsized it. He downsized it into a 1 mile oval, asphalt oval, which is a nice idea. It was a good track. Yeah, so we actually are here at the Nazareth Diner right now, but yeah, so he turned it into that. He ran that. He wanted to divest tracks. He got rid of Michigan. He got rid of Nazareth. He got rid of California. I'm glad he got back into the ownership with Indy. He has, I guess, really, the Georges did a good job, but he's doing a better job. Let's just say that. So. Big patch of salt there. I'll park it right over here. It's fine. So, yep, cool. All right, so that's my trip to Nazareth, guys. Thanks for joining me. I'll catch you guys later.